that lactose, it just gives it this nice,
like creamy, smooth. It's like a shot of creamy goodness in your mouth.
Exactly.
Season's greetings, fellow beer lovers, and welcome to another bonus Christmas Eve episode. I'm Jeff.
I'm John.
And today we're actually reviewing a special Christmas beer. That's right, a Christmas beer. Now, just a quick synopsis behind this beer. I had this a year ago during Christmas time, and I loved it so much that I literally spent the entire year pining over this beer and waiting until this time to finally try it again. Now you may be asking, what beer is this? This is a beer from Unsung Brewing, and it's called St. Nick R. Doodle. It's a 7.7% blonde ale, and it's brewed with lactose, cinnamon, and vanilla. Now, John and I at this point have already had cans of this, and I loved it so much, he loved it so much, that we had to share it with you guys. And we thought, what better time to do it than on a special Christmas Eve episode. So, John, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's have some beer.
Let's have some beer.
Alright guys, so the beers are now poured. Let's go ahead and go in for the aroma. Cheers.
Cheers.
God, you know, you're getting a lot of lactose, a lot of vanilla, a lot of cinnamon, doughiness. It just smells like a fresh Snickerdoodle cookie. Snickerdoodles are one of my favorite cookies. It's probably why I love this beer so much. And I mean, right off the nose, it smells like just a doughy, fresh out of the oven Snickerdoodle.
I agree with Jeff. Lactose, cinnamon, vanilla, it's bomb. And I actually had more head on mine, and for those of you that aren't aware, but most of the aroma does come from the head. And so Jeff didn't have a lot of head on his.
I have none now.
Yeah. But I guarantee in his glass, he's still getting some strong aroma from this beer. And it smells, like Jeff said, like a fresh baked Snickerdoodle. And I'm ready to devour this thing.
Let's do it, man. Cheers.
Cheers.
Man.
Sweet. Great mouthfeel. Great mouthfeel.
Such a good mouthfeel.
That lactose, it just gives it this nice,
like creamy, smooth. It's like a shot of creamy goodness in your mouth.
Exactly. Goddamn mouthfeel again. Oh man. But vanilla, cinnamon. The cinnamon is not that strong, which I am cool
like
with.
it, yeah.
So, but the lactose and the vanilla, the sprinkle, the cinnamon, the sweetness, which is just a Snickerdoodle, a liquid Snickerdoodle, man.
It really is.
That's what it is. So, it's really good. Really good. So.
The malt presence is there. You're getting a lot of the bready, doughy qualities out of the malts, which really caters towards the theme of this beer really well. As John stated, the cinnamon's there, but it's not overpowering. You know, I've had quite a few beers where they incorporate cinnamon into it, and it kind of just blows out all the other flavors. And I feel like there's enough complexity in this beer with all the different flavors, and they're all at the right levels to where they just blend really beautifully. Even the aftertaste, I feel like I literally just bit into a Snickerdoodle cookie and I'm still getting the residual taste of a Snickerdoodle on my palate. And you know, that says a lot about this beer, because although I want to like literally chug the beer in front of me right now, I don't have to. This is a great social beer. You can sit there and chat with your friends and you still get to enjoy that flavor because it's sitting on your palate, and it's just like sweet Christmas in your mouth, man.
Sweet Christmas in your mouth.
What can I say? Well,
all right.
Okay, so you guys basically understand like what we're thinking about this beer. We freaking love it, but we're gonna go ahead and get into scoring anyways, and just tell you guys exactly what we think. So John, you want to start on aroma?
Dude, aroma is absolutely a 10. You know, on the can it actually lists some of the ingredients. So lactose, cinnamon, and vanilla. It's a blonde ale, and that is exactly what you get in the aroma. So I get that nice bready smell, lactose, cinnamon, vanilla, just all mixed in there. Yeah. And again, even without the head in here, it's still all there, and I love it. So yeah, 10 out of 10.
Awesome.
Jeff?
Well, here's the thing, guys. This is a 7.7% Imperial Blonde Ale. I don't see a lot of those out there. I have seen some as high as 7%, but honestly, I look at this beer and I say, you know what? If this was a 5% Snickerdoodle beer, I don't think it would be able to provide that same kind of aroma.
Huh.
And to me, that just shows excellent craftsmanship. And not to mention the fact that I have zero head on. I mean, there is no head on this. Which, don't get me wrong, I love seeing head from an aesthetic standpoint. But the whole purpose behind, you know, good head is, well, you know what the reason behind good head is. But the reason behind good head in beer is usually that means that there's oxygen getting to the beer and you're allowed to just pick up on those aromas. It makes it more prominent. And with this, you actually don't need it. And to be honest with you, I think it would be even better on draft. However, I am perfectly happy with it in the cans. And for that reason, the aroma, I got to give it a 10 out of 10 as well.
Cool. Taste? 10 out of 10. So the aroma and the taste blend perfectly. They are exactly what you would expect from smelling the beer, which is what I want. I want to smell it, know what I'm getting into, dive in, and get everything from that aroma that I had. And that's what I'm getting from this Snickerdoodle. Saint Snickerdoodle, right?
Saint Nick Ardoodle.
Thank you.
Yes.
Saint Nick Ardoodle. So, and that's exactly what I'm getting from it. And so 10 out of 10, the taste is amazing. So what about you, Jeff?
So it really, really is, guys. You know, if I were to describe this for the masses when it comes to beer, I would probably say this isn't for everybody. Your average avid beer drinker, craft beer drinker, even some newbies out there, this may not be a beer for you. You may not sit there and say, wow, this is like the best thing since sliced bread. You know, it really comes down to taste and what you like. And to me, I fucking love Snickerdoodle cookies. And anytime a brewer tries to recreate like a common food item that we all know or are familiar with and hits the nail on the head, that's already impressive. Yeah. But to let it be something that I love so much makes it even better. So of course I gotta give it a 10 out of 10. This is my beer. This beer was made for me. Now, you know, we'll get into whether or not we'd ever buy it again. I'll give you guys a little bit more info on that. But what I would say is, like, this is a beer I don't see myself wanting all the time. But as a seasonal beer, this is what I want in my fridge. Let me just put it that way. So with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about whether or not we'd ever buy it again.
You go first, Jeff.
Okay, so would I ever buy this again? Well, again, I told you guys about the story. I had this a year ago, and I loved it so much that I've been literally waiting an entire year for this beer to come out again. And at Unsung, I talked to some of the brewers and the owner, found out that they were making this again, which obviously, like, so excited. But here's the thing, guys, life gets busy. You know, you can't always make it to the brewery, and this is one of those beers where I don't want to just go and have a couple pints. I want a lot, and I want it all the time. And I want it all through Christmas, and I want to share it with my friends, and I want to share it with my family. And I asked them, are you guys going to can this beer? And they were like, we're not really planning to. You know, we have other beers that we're planning on canning. This is just kind of a small batch seasonal release. And I was like, please guys, please just can this beer for me. And I even went as far as to like start a petition online to get this beer can. Like, that's how bad I wanted it. And thank you, Unsung, for making my Christmas wish come true and canning this beer. I even had to work the day of release, and my good buddy John here drove down to Unsung and picked up a bunch of 4-packs. Our fridge is filled with this stuff, and I couldn't be happier. So the question of whether or not I would buy it again, I already did buy it again, and I would buy it every year, every Christmas, and this would be like a new Christmas beer ritual. So yeah, very simple to answer. I would definitely buy this again. How about you, John?
So my story is not as elaborate as Jeff's. This is the first time that well, not the first time, but this is the first season I've tried it. It is absolutely delicious, and I really, really enjoy it. But when it comes to like sweet beers, I'm not a huge fan, so I'm not going to drink it on the regular. So actually for me, every like Christmas coming around and buying it, I would buy it. Would it be a like regular staple in my fridge? No. So, but definitely like Christmas comes up, I want that.
Yeah.
Right? I like sweet beers, but only so much.
In moderation.
Right.
Well, and that's the cool thing about this beer is that it is a seasonal release.
Right.
And I do like that about it. Don't get me wrong, like I want to buy a million cans of this stuff, but I want it to be every Christmas because it's really cool to be able to sit there and be like, oh my God, Christmas time is coming. Christmas lights, Christmas trees, presents, Saint Nickerdoodle from Unsung, and just getting excited about the idea that they're making this beer again. And I think that's just friggin' awesome, you know?
Friggin'.
It's fucking awesome, guys. So anyways, yeah, that's going to be the review of Saint Nickerdoodle from Unsung Brewing. Again, thank you, Unsung, for making this beer and canning it. You've made my Christmas wish come true. Santa can suck it, because I don't think he's going to beat this as a present. But regardless, John and I are just going to kick back and keep drinking. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment below if there's a beer you'd like us to try next. And let me know what seasonal Christmas beers you've tried that you think we should check out as well. Until next time, I'm Jeff.
And I'm John.
And we'll see you again on Let's Have Some Beer. Cheers.